Well, as you guys know, next Friday, the Legends and Flashback collection is coming out with a ton of other new content, as we can see right here, and there is a new legend, so I'm assuming that reward is going to be a new legend. How you earn this card is going to the Legends and Flashbacks and collecting all these different collections over here, and there's a decent amount of them. There wasn't a crazy amount that we had like last year. Obviously, I think there's a little bit less collections this year because everyone was complaining about it. But all these collections right here is definitely a great opportunity to make some stubs, because this card that is coming out is going to be a 99 overall like they did last year, and it's probably going to be pretty insane. So all these different collections, you can definitely invest and make some stubs on all of them. Now, who knows if they're going to have a collection for, you know, the Egg Hunt and the St. Patrick's Day, Tops Now, all that stuff. I don't really know where they're going with that. We just kind of got to wait and see. I would just focus on these main collections because these are going to be the ones where people are going to be buying the most cards to try to get it done. There's definitely a lot of cards you could invest to, because I would imagine you have to collect basically every single one of these cards except for like one or two. In some of the collections, there's a lot of cards that are going for a decent amount. Obviously, this Giancarlo Stanton just came out. He's in the new chase pack, and you can already see he's going for a crazy amount of stubs right now. So there's a couple guys that, you know, could be very hard to get. Same with the Roy Campanella for the postseason. You guys got to complete the Dodgers Live Series collection, which is obviously over like a million stubs. So there's definitely a decent amount of players that are very hard to obtain. And then there's some of them kind of like Rookie who have been pretty easy for the most part to obtain so far. But yeah, I do think all the cards are going to go up in value. So if you go over to the marketplace, you can basically sort by it. So the only rookie card available is the Spencer Strider. He's obviously the new headliner, so that's why he's going for a decent price. But you can take a look at some other collections. I mean, the breakout stuff, not going for too much, right? Maybe it will skyrocket as, you know, we get close to this collection. We can kind of see the Bobby Grinch, who is currently in Diamond Quest, has definitely gone up a little bit. And obviously this Clevenger card has pretty much stayed the same since he got launched. So, you know, there's not too much in breakout, but this Bobby Grinch could be a really good card to invest in, especially because he's only 3,000 stubs. Now, if you take a look at veteran, Andrew Miller is the only card in here. I'm pretty sure he came out with that bullpen bash pack, if I'm pretty sure, but he's going for a decent amount of stubs. So it might be very hard to obtain this card if you don't pull him. You gotta go buy him. So I think that's the only veteran card available. So that should be the one you should skip for that one. All-Star has the most amount of cards, right? And these are the cards that are pretty expensive. These are ones that have been going for the crazy amount of value on the market. Yeah, the Diamond Quest cards, once again, going for about 3,500. We have the Ken Griffey Jr., which is going for about 5,000 stubs. We got Jim Johnson, who was obviously in that bullpen bash pack. Mark McGwire's card is going for a little bit. This Garrett Cole is not going for a lot either. So this might be a great card to get if you want to make some early investments. Eddie Murray and Kimbrel, I'm pretty sure, are in the multiplayer program, so you'll be able to earn those over time. And then pretty sure Ted Williams and Ali Rutschman were both chase pack or headliners cards. So All-Star, there's definitely a decent amount of stubs I feel like you can make on these cards. Like I said, even if it goes up 1,000 stubs, I mean, you're still going to make some profit, which is going to be worth it. Now, if you take a look at some of these award series cards, I mean, you guys got a lot of the Rookie of the Year cards in here, which definitely are going for a decent amount of stubs. Obviously, all of these cards are going to be used for that Jackie Robinson Day program. So I think these top cards, they probably won't have a awards collection, in my personal opinion, at least right now, because they have all these Rookie of the Year cards in the Jackie Robinson Day one. But you could pick some of these up if you do want to make a profit on them. Like we talked about with the postseason one, Jose Altuve is the most affordable. I'm pretty sure he was in a recent headliner or something like that, multiplayer program. So yeah, he's a multiplayer program. Probably wouldn't buy him, to be honest. You can earn him. But the Giancarlo Stanton chase pack and then the Martinez was a weekend classic. So these guys are obviously pretty expensive. Now, second half, Heroes is definitely an interesting one. These are a couple guys. I mean, the Rick Feller card is in the second inning, so nothing to worry about there. The Blake Treinen was in that bullpen bash pack. Once again, going for a decent amount of stubs. And this Roy Halladay's on the market, currently going for 6.5 right now. So not terrible. Could be a good card to pick up. People are trying to buy this because the other awards are pretty expensive, I'm not going to lie. Now, it comes to World Baseball Classic, I think this is probably where you can make the most amount of stubs, just because a lot of people are going to be wanting a lot of these different cards. So this could definitely be a good one. You could pick a guy up and they go up crazy in value. You got to remember some of the cards people might have. So the Will Smith was in the multiplayer program. Acuna and Murakami were obviously in the first inning. And then we have the World Series rewards right here with Perdomo and Kershaw. You know, obviously Yamamoto was in the first inning. So there's some cards right here. You got to take a look at the market cards and kind of see what you can get. But some of these cards, a lot of people are going to be needing, especially if you kind of go down the list right here. You know, there's a lot of them you can get for pretty cheap, right? I'm not going to lie. I mean, look at the Willie Castro, the Michael Relenzen, right? A lot of these cards you get for cheap. I definitely think they're going to go up once this new collection gets announced for sure. I mean, even some of the 87s are going for a decent amount of stubs. So there's definitely a decent amount of players you could buy and probably make a decent profit when everyone's going to be trying to complete this collection. There's some of the gold cards too. Some of the gold cards go for a decent amount as well, over 1,000 stubs. So this is definitely where you can make a lot of stubs in the World Baseball Classic. Now, Spring Breakout is still going for a decent amount. Me personally, you can complete this whole collection without even having to spend a single stub on these cards. So once again, I don't know if these are the best to invest into, especially because they're going for a decent amount, but definitely could be a good option, especially for the DeVries because he's the event reward, but you never know if some of these cards go up. Now, contributor, there's only 3 cards you can earn. Obviously, Babe Ruth is in the second inning XP path, and then the Trevor Hoffman and the Jacks are the only other cards you can buy in the market. Jax is not going for that much, only 8,000, which I could definitely be seeing him go up, to be honest. So he could definitely be a good investment. It really just depends on what they set the limit at, or if you need every single card. It kind of just depends. Now, New Threads is also a pretty good one as well. I feel like a lot of these cards are going to go up in value. So I feel like you can definitely make some good stubs here, especially on maybe a Nick Castellanos or a Mullins or even a Marcus Semien almost at 10K. But even some of the smaller ones are definitely probably going to go up as well. So I feel like this is definitely a good one you can make some profit on. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the Legends and Flashbacks right now. I mean, we kind of just got to wait and see. Like I said, I imagine you're going to need most of these cards, to be all the way honest, to be able to get this one done. Like, for example, like the player award, like Connor Griffin will definitely be the voucher. So there's no point in getting the rest of the cards for a spring breakout, for example. Or like for the Jolt, you already know you need this voucher, so there's no point get the rest of the cards, even though all those are earnable. All these ones with like the pack, for example, you're probably going to need almost all of them, so just kind of keep that in mind. Last year, you were able to skip 1 or 2, depending on where it was. And I do think for the World Baseball Classic, I'm really curious to see if they just make it Fernando Tatis, or they're going to make you collect, or if they're going to make you collect all the cards for Miguel Garcia. We'll kind of just wait and see, but, that's definitely something. If it's all the cards, then all of these prices are going to skyrocket up. If it's just for Tatis, then they might only go up a little bit and not like a crazy amount of value. But I do feel like the new Threads and the new Jackie Robinson Day stuff, since most people are not going to have a lot of these cards, is probably one of the better ones to invest in, as well as the All-Star one. I do think the All-Star one, we saw it last year too. All of these cards just went up insane in value. So the All-Star one's definitely one you could take a look at as well, especially for some of these cards going for 5 to 10K. I think it's definitely worth it to try to get them and probably pick some of them up. Me personally, I'll probably put my 40K into some of those collections and try to make some stubs when it does come out, because as it stands right now, I'm probably not going to be able to get the card when it comes on launch, just with the way my Jolt's going and the rest of my collections are going. So definitely not going to probably get it on launch, but I definitely want to use it as an investing opportunity to try to make some stubs, because these are, I put my stubs into this collection, or I just go all in on the roster update coming on May 8th. So kind of thinking about focusing on this, and then we'll get back to the roster update, as I probably already invested into that. As I already invested into that roster update way too early, but we'll see what happens with the roster update. But yeah, definitely going to be putting my 40K in the Legends and Flashbacks collection. But let me know down in the comment section, are you guys investing or trying to get all this done? Definitely let me know in the comment section. I definitely want to hear what your guys' strategy is. But with that being said, make sure you guys follow me on all the socials. Will be linked down below in the description. You guys can also join the Discord, where we're interacting with the community like crazy, and you guys have been seeing everyone join up in the streams, which is definitely exciting. So definitely join that. And we also have our MLB The Show tournament we're running on May 16th, which is also going to be hosted in that Discord. So if you guys want to play some MLB The Show and a chance to win some cash, then definitely make sure you guys join and join the sign up form. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.